Hey everybody, my name's Noelle Gray with Keller Williams Drive, and I am your Greenville guide to living local. Today I want to talk about a little something that sellers struggle with a little bit, and it's the market shift versus a response plan. Now, the market has shifted. Nobody's denying that. It is no longer, you put your house on the market, 3 hours later, it's under contract for $50,000 more than what you listed it for. That's not the reality of the situation. And we got accustomed to that for a few years. That's what it was like. And so it's no wonder that sellers, they'll think this is a bad market to sell in just because they're not getting multiple offers for $50,000 over ask. That does not make it a bad market. What it made that was a crazy market. That was a crazy market. And I will tell you, being in that market as a real estate agent, that was a wild time and it was frustrating. And actually, as a real estate agent, we didn't love that. Just because you were a seller and you were making more money than what your home was worth at that time, it does not necessarily mean that that was a good situation for you. And I've explained in a previous video. You can go ahead and look at that, how that actually hurt a lot of families that sold in a market where everything was selling for over ask, and then they had to go buy and they didn't get the deal on a buy that they were hoping to get. Now, what I want to talk to you about today is that market shift versus the response plan. And here's the thing: a lot of people think that they've predicted the market, and I've looked at this and I've watched this, and I listened to this economist, and I've watched Fox, or I've watched CNN, and they're saying this, or the interest rates are that, or the homes are staying on the market for this long. Predicting the market is not what builds confidence at all. Building confidence comes from just having a response plan. It's kind of like if you're in your house and you have a family and you're like, okay, if a burglar comes into our house, these are the exits. This is where we know how to get out. Or, hey, if there's a tornado, this is where we know where to hide and how to cover ourselves and for the most protection. We have a response plan for anything that happens. The market is no different. You can try to predict the market, but we've seen in the past 5, 6, 7 years that the market has not done what we've predicted it would do. And so it is very important that instead of having being a guru at predicting the market, we have a response plan that is unwavering. So if conditions tighten, what protections matter most to you? If the market gets slightly unfavorable for a seller or a buyer, what do you do? I would like to sit down with you and map that, and I would like to see what makes sense for you. I do that using my personal advantage strategy, and what I do is I walk you through your financial leverage, your situational leverage, your personal leverage, and we do in a response, a market response leverage that you can use that works for your family, and we do that on a 45-minute Zoom or in a 45-minute in-person meeting, whatever you prefer. But then you walk out of that meeting with me with zero pressure to buy or sell, and you have a clearly mapped out plan that will work for you regardless of the market, so that you can master any market, buying or selling, before that market masters you. So if that's you and you would like to sit down and talk and just see how that might look for you, I would love to help you with that. Shoot me a text or send me a DM. My phone number is 864-360-3887. We'll talk to you soon.